It has come to our attention that
Good morning. Audio check. Yep, I see my bubble moving. I assume y'all can hear me. Good morning, polyester jumpers. Pester John, go fuck yourself. I could be Glenn Zerby. I have no idea who the fuck you are. Dutchy, teacher mom, Pat, Tommy. How you doing? It is Sunday. It is 11:15 here. Um, no, I don't do 25-minute intros. That's Brett's fucking thing. And if you complain about it, I'll make it longer. Fuck you. Yeah, whatever, dude. Hey, rah rah. So, last night I can only blame the moon since everybody else is blaming the moon. I'll blame the moon. Turned into an absolute shit show over on Lisa's. For anybody who wasn't following along, um, she let somebody up. They porn bombed her with a video. She killed the stream. She let somebody else up. They porn bombed her with a still image. She killed the stream. She let somebody else up. They porn bombed her again. She killed the stream. She started the fourth stream. And while the fourth stream was going on, this thing called Best Buy support kept popping up full screening and playing those AI comments. If anybody's watched her streams in the last couple of weeks, they've probably seen it happen. Playing those AI comments, like a sound clip generated by AI. And so, like, it was getting annoying. So we started asking her. AC, I think, clued down on it first. I'm not sure. Started asking her why she was doing that. And she said, "Oh, I'm not doing that. That's a program that Best Buy put on my computer." We went, Yeah, no, Best Buy didn't put a program on your computer. That's not a thing." So AC offered to help her sort out her StreamYard by adding him as a co-host so he could go in and figure something out. And her co-host slot appears to be full. So we got into a discussion of how her co-host slot was full, and let's keep in mind this is Lisa fully gummied up um to the point of wait, Glenn, hi. Who's blaming stuff on anything? What the fuck are you talking about? I'll interrupt my program to entertain you for a second. What am I blaming anything on? I'll wait. Anyway, so we realized that somebody's already in that co-host seat. And like I said, Lisa was all gummied up, so trying to sort everything out. Oh, the full moon. I'm blaming the full moon. Do you think I'm actually blaming? Oh God, you're stupid. So anyway, and we were discussing it and figured out it's probably one of two people may have co-host seat on her StreamYard. One would be Nigel, and two would be ASMR, because ASMR did have co-host seat with her a while ago before she got pissed off and banned him over the Ross Khan debacle. When he was putting that video up and kept playing it. Hey, good morning, Daria. Hi, Alex. Hey, Waffles, Sugar Crits, Ruru, everybody else I miss saying hello to. Hello. Um, so as we were discussing this, somebody came up. I'm trying to remember who it was that came up, and she put the porn blocker up. And while that porn blocker was up, the person, excuse me, my voice is shot this morning. The person, whoever it is, brought themselves up on screen, because when, if you're not familiar with StreamYard, when that porn blocker is up to everybody else on the stream, they can't see what's going on either. Like, it looks to us, if we're not running the stream, how it looks to you guys viewing it. So they put themselves up, they started a porn video, and they dropped the porn blocker. And Lisa lost her shit, which is understandable. 4 streams bombed in a row when she's trying to sort it out, and she's high as balls. And she went off. Now, I don't always agree with Lisa when she goes off. I think she talks a lot of shit when she's high. I don't think she means most of it, but she definitely gets off in the weeds and says things that I would never say. So all that said, Callie felt the need to go live sometime this morning. And she brought me up and she accused me. She said, gosh, she just had some words. So I just figured I'd go live. I don't want to fight with Callie. It's not worth it. Especially since I have nothing to do with 2020, but I do want to address this fact. I don't know if Callie's unaware of the shit that Huck has pulled in the past, specifically what she has said about me, Lisa, our families, our relatives, our children. But you you don't you don't good morning, Wiki. You don't get to do the shit that she has done and then go, "Oh, I'm done. Nobody can talk about it. Nobody can bring it up. Everybody has to be nice." That's not how this fucking works. Huck has said, just speaking about my experience with her, Huck has said that she hopes my wife and daughters get raped so that she can laugh about it and possibly play the video if it gets videoed. She has threatened to confront my daughters in public when I'm not there and can't do anything about it and beat their asses. She has threatened to physically assault my kids, my wife, even me, which would be fucking hilarious. She has contacted my wife's job, sent an email to where she thought my wife worked. She has put my house, my address, pictures of my children, pictures of my wife on her streams that I have never put out on YouTube. So, Callie, there's a little bit of history there between me and Huck. And Huck doesn't get the same grace that other people get about when I say people shouldn't do this. I still don't think anybody should call the police on Huck. I don't think anybody should call animal control on Huck. I don't think anybody should call code enforcement on Huck. I don't think anybody should be fucking with Huck's real life. But if people want to sit here on YouTube where Huck has done shit to them and called them out and called them names and do all the shit that she's done, if people want to sit here and respond to her in kind, that is their right. Now, do I agree with some of the shit that Lisa said? Nope, not a bit. Has Huck said things just as bad, if not worse, as anything Lisa has? 100 fucking percent. Lisa never threatened to send a ninja after Huck's kids. Part of this is Huck being a retard and not actually listening to what's said. Just like I've never said a bad thing about Huck's kids. I don't talk about them. The closest I came to saying a bad thing about Huck's kids, and I will tell you what I said, was on her 237th fucking stream bragging about how amazing her kids are. I said, nobody fucking cares. That's it. That is it. I actually got shit from Huck for trying to defend her fucking kids when she did that whole live stream thing about taking her son to buy a gun, and Trunk Monkey was running his retarded mouth and saying that's illegal, they're not allowed to have it, blah 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 blah. And I corrected him and said it's 100% legal, it's fully within the gun laws, stop having a cow about it. Huck decided that I was saying it was illegal and went off on me for a week about it. So part of the problem here is people don't stop and listen to what they're reacting to. They just fucking react. Yes, Notorious Ash, a ninja. Huck was running her mouth and saying that Lisa had threatened her kids, and Lisa said, I'll send a nimble ninja, which is a fucking joke from a movie. And Huck went live for a week screaming, checking the woods for ninjas. She threatened to send a ninja after my son. She threatened my boy with a ninja. Oh my God. This fucking absolute level of goddamn retardery that goes on around here over this shit is insane. But Callie chose to call me out specifically and say if things start happening to you because you're okay with what Lisa does, then I don't, whatever. Fucking whatever. Again, I'm not gonna attack Callie. I'm not gonna fight with Callie. She's not paying attention. She's wandered in late in the movie and missed the first act of the plot. She thinks Huck is withdrawing and everything's gonna be fine, and Huck's just misunderstood. She has no fucking idea what Huck has done over the years. And I've never done shit to Huck. The only thing I've done with Huck is disagree with what she claims happened because there's no fucking proof of it. That's it. That's it. Never contacted her, never contacted anyone involved in her family. Like the closest I did was put up a picture of a shed, which I wasn't even the first one to put it up. It was on somebody else's YouTube. So considering she's put out my house, my fucking everything, then I'm fine with it. And if Lisa wants to get all gummied up and yell about Huck the same way Huck yells about her, fine with that too. You know what you know what Lisa was responding to last night, Callie? Do you realize what she was responding to? Huck's panel, which she was playing, where Rick was running his mouth and calling everybody and their fucking brother what Rick calls them. So are you going to go call them out and step on that? Or is that fine because you happen to be friends with Huck right now? That like, hold on, I got a DM I got to read. Yeah, just there's a lot of history there that you should go back and familiarize yourself with before you call it out. I will still stay in here and say nobody should be going real life with each other. I don't agree with it when people do it. Even if it seems somewhat justified, I don't fucking agree with it. But, you know, Lisa was in a mood last night, and when people get in a mood, they run their fucking mouths, and that's what Lisa did. Do I support it? No. Could I understand half of it? Also no. The echo was so fucking bad on that stream. I could barely understand what Lisa was saying. So don't sit here and say I'm co-signing it because you know goddamn well you watched it too. If you could comment on it, you definitely fucking watched it. So is that co-signing it? Because you can say, well, you were in the chat. Well, you watched it. Well, what the fuck's the difference? Do you see me in the chat cheering her on and going, yeah, rah rah, get her? No, you don't. And what exactly do you expect me as somebody in a chat to do to stop a gummied up Lisa who's on a fucking tear because she's just been porn bombed 4 times? Do I have control over other human beings? Do I have the ability to shake my finger and go, Lisa, now stop it. Stop it right now and have people listen to me? No. Like, are you actually acting like simply being in someone's chat or watching their stream is endorsement of what they're doing? Really? Because I strongly disagree with that assertion. There's 77 people watching this right now, and 12 of them are commenting. And you're probably one of them. Again, do I agree with everything Lisa says? No, I don't. I don't. I also know that with certain people, once they're in a certain headspace, there's nothing you can say to them is going to get them to think about what they're saying, and all it's going to do is piss them off more and make them overreact more. She's one of them. Brett's another one. When Brett gets really, really high and drunk, you can't talk to him. You can't get anything across to him. You can't even have a conversation with him because he gets in that headspace and he just does what he does. And there's a reason I don't watch Brett. I don't go on Brett's panels. I don't want anything to fucking do with him. And that's why. Oh, teacher mom, she was so far in the fucking spirit world, she couldn't figure out how to send an email. But I just wanted to go live and address this since Caley would decide to call me out for somebody else's actions. I'm not sure how that works. And just say you really need to familiarize yourself with the content that you're talking about, and you need to do it not by listening to the person that you're caping for tell you what happened, because Huck has a really interesting view of the world, most of it having no bearing on reality whatso fucking ever. And she has said some of the most horrific shit I have ever heard a human being say on YouTube, and then turns around and goes, "Well, you're stalking me if you know that I said it." I will say this again. I said this last night on Shiva's panel, and I will say it again. If you are live on YouTube and you are running your mouth like I am right now, like everyone who does live streams is, you don't get to then turn around and say it's creepy and weird that you know that I said whatever I said live on fucking YouTube. If you don't want people to know your personal life and your personal details, don't put them on YouTube. Don't come on here and talk about your kids if you don't want other people aware that you have kids. I don't talk about mine for a reason. It's because it's nobody's business on here. I don't talk about medical issues. I don't talk about life issues. I don't talk about a lot of shit because it's nobody's business. But if I bring it up here, I can't then cry when other people talk about it. You can't get on YouTube, bare your fucking soul to the world, and then turn around and go, it's creepy and you're a stalker if you know my information that I personally put out there to the world. You don't get to suddenly decide it's creepy and they're a stalker because you go live for hours at a time and do nothing but run your mouth about people, and then when it gets back to them, they complain about it. It's not being creepy and it's not being a stalker. A stalker means you follow somebody around in private. A stalker means you like actually try and go affect people. I don't do that. I don't stalk people. I occasionally watch YouTube. Somebody sends me a link and says, "Hey, somebody was running their mouth." So I'll go watch it. And that's all I watched. I stopped watching and scheduled this live after you got done talking about me, Callie. I had to sit through the whole first half of your thing where you said that you firmly believe that if anything like this happened, you would leave YouTube. You would drop YouTube and run the fuck away because you expect people to do that. That you I'm really getting tired of let the bullies win. Now, while I don't disagree with you in the overall feeling that if somebody is fucking with your job, it's probably smarter to leave YouTube and take the steam away from them. But here's the thing, your belief that if you just stop poking, then the other person will stop is not borne out by reality or truth. That's the problem. Is you are appealing to a goodness in people that a lot of people don't have. When I stopped responding to Huck in any fucking way, had nothing to do with her, didn't comment about her, didn't stream about her, didn't fucking talk about her. And for 3 months, she brought me up in every single live stream she did. She would decide that a sock in chat was me and use it to go off on me for 20 minutes. She would claim that I was DMing her or calling her. I've never done that. I've never fucking done that. She does that with a lot of people. And now all of a sudden we've got Shiny Happy Huck who's, oh, she's a wonderful person. She's blah, 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 blah. She's turned another, turned a page and she's having a different life and people just need to leave her alone. You don't get to absolve yourself of some of the shit that she said just because you've decided not to fucking acknowledge it. That's not how this works. And Caley, if you're going to try and cape for her on that and push the narrative that just because Huck has decided she doesn't want to talk about it, everybody has to forget the threat she's made, the horrific shit she's said, The threats to me that I was going to be arrested, that she was going to call the police. Glenn, you feel free to fucking click unfollow and turn off the stream if you don't like what I'm saying, Glenn. It's really easy. You can just go watch somebody else. Bye. Um, where the fuck was I? Yeah, she doesn't get to just tag Ollie Ollie Oxenfree. Nobody can ever bring it up again because Callie and Kane and all these other people are now caping for her, and somehow she thinks. I mean, it's only been a week and a half since she was up there saying she's got all the documentation on somebody and she'll give it away free 99, Bubba. Like her services are free, blah blah blah. So again, Callie, you need to familiarize yourself with the shit you're talking about before you decide to get up on your horse and come at me or anyone else over how we respond to Huck. Because you weren't there for the years of bullshit. You don't understand it. All right, let's look at chat to see what's going on. Yeah, I mean, Vic just mm. Sugar Chris doesn't agree with everything she said while she was upset, and I don't either. Yeah, Huck and Kaylee talking some smack last night. Yep. Wiki says I tuned in when Andrew was making things worse. And it was funny. Yeah, and bored Andrew is never a good thing. Tarquin believes that Andrew has never made a panel better. Ben says I talk a lot about Disney. I do talk a lot about Disney. I enjoy Disney. And you can't make me not enjoy Disney. Wait, everybody seems to be reacting to something Sugar Crit said. What was it? Best advice I was given when I considered streaming on YouTube: if you have anything to lose, don't do it. Yeah, oh, no doubt, Sugar Crits. Had I known what the underbelly of this community was like when I first started streaming, I never would have fucking done it. But once the bell's rung, you can't unring it, right? Oh, Kaylee, also, there was another point she brought up. She said that Rada and I got into a fight in Discord, which what she's talking about is when I was in Dutchies and Rada came barreling into fucking voice chat and started yelling and screaming, and I told him to go fuck himself. And then he left because oh, it's boring. I'm out of here. And then M. Coomer Gaming decided to yet again dox the shit out of me for I don't know why. I've never done anything to him other than call him a weirdo. But he felt the need to put up a video with my house and my address and my face and all that kind of shit because he's a triggered little corner boy who lives in his mom's basement and eats moldy hot pockets. So Kaylee said, I was very upset about that. I'm not upset about it. This is what I expect from these fucking people, Kaylee. That's what you don't get. I expect doxing and bullshit and people fucking reacting badly when they can't win a meme fight in a Discord. I expect the shithead low hanging fruit fucking single digit IQ motherfuckers to go live and put up a video doxing somebody's house, doxing somebody's address, using their picture. That's what I expect because and they never disappoint me. All M. Coomer proved is that when he lies about the house he has and he lies about his income and he lies about what he fucking does for a living and people call him out on it, he reacts by putting up videos with people's faces and addresses and their houses in it because that's what he is. He's that kind of fucking scumbag, and he's hanging out in a Discord with other fucking scumbags for whom that is their reaction. That's how they react. So I'm not upset by it. I'm just not surprised by it. All it did was confirm, my feelings on the situation. But he's all accepted now by a certain group. How did that happen? Well, I think part of it is because rotted at him And when Rada Rada's at people, they immediately get hate bonding from the people that Rada has rotted at before. So that immediately gave him some cred with certain people because, God, and everybody trying to, I don't know. I've seen comments in Discord about, I wish you two would get back together. You and Rada were funny together. Yeah, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. I sat in a voice chat and I listened to Rada fucking go off at Tyler for a half an hour and just abuse the shit out of her because he's unwilling to admit, I believe he's unwilling to admit that he's the one that got her fucking channel porn bombed and cost her channel. And because she had asked him about that, he fucking went off for a half an hour. And while he was doing that, her bestest friend sat there fucking muted and completely silent and let him do it. And I had issues with that. And when I brought it up, he kicked me out of his fucking Discord. He said, oh, it was a scientific experiment. No, it was because you had to find a way to take out a week's worth of my comments because you didn't want anybody seeing them because I'm fucking right. And he kicked me out of his Discord. And I didn't go cry about it. I laughed about it. I laughed about Triggered Rada, but I didn't cry about it. I didn't complain about it. I've never tried to get back in. The most I've done is when people send me a link to get in, I jump in and out and in and out and in and out and in and out, and then don't actually stay in it because it's fucking hilarious because I know he's getting a notification every time it happens. The people who were in that voice chat know who they were, Andrew. Exactly, Wiki. I mean, I can't prove 100% that Rada intentionally porn bombed her because I don't think that happened. But I think he does. There's only like a couple of people who could have thrown somebody up on that panel, and Tyler wasn't even there. So I don't believe his assertion that, oh, Tyler just she pushes buttons. She has to push buttons and move shit around. Because Tyler doesn't do that. Rada does that. Rada's the one that throws people up and down and up and down and switches all the things around and fucks with audio and does all that shit because he's like a goddamn bored walrus with giant thumbs and just has to fucking do something. So I firmly believe that he fucked up. He thought he saw Squishy in the backstage and he put her up and boom. That's what I think. Dead air, folks. It's so much fun. Invite me again. Nah, that's okay. Nobody put Sugar in the corner. I didn't put her in the corner. I just removed her from my Discord. Yeah, if you want to have your bestie on panel, you're gonna have to open your own there, Andrew. So we're blaming Rada after Andrew said to stop blaming people. I mean, is it blaming someone for when they actually did something? Or perceptually actually did something? I mean, am I blaming the guy that hit my car the other day because he hit my car? Or am I just stating a fact that he hit my car? Good morning, Alex V. Thank you for taking a moment out of your busy day to stop in and say hello. Dude, I would bet money on fucking ASMR because I guarantee, like, I don't believe for a second that when first of all, you can only have one person with the plan that Lisa has. You can only have one co-host. She doesn't have the expanded plan. Number one, and number two, I do not believe for a fucking second that ASMR, when he was quote unquote helping Lisa and was trying to run her channel for her, he would have left Nigel in that position. I'm certain he put himself in because I remember the fucking stream when he called her, when he called Lisa on the phone while they were on because she couldn't figure it out over the stream. And he got himself installed as her co-host so he could quote unquote help with the streams, and he was moving people around and playing videos, and that was right before he put up and played the Ross Khan stuff for an hour the one night, which is the last time Lisa had a meltdown like this. And if everybody remembers, I think once she gets to a certain level of angry and high, she stops thinking about what she's doing and just starts reacting, which is not a great thing, but it's just the way she is. And I mean, like, it's just let me just point out that Lisa actually thought that that was a program that somebody had installed at Best Buy that made it do that every once in a while. She's not tech savvy. Dutchy, I think she's older than I am. It's just it's the thing with Lisa is you got to catch her when she's not high in order to get anything like that sorted out. And she's generally only here when she's, eating a couple of gummies and she just wants to relax and have fun, which makes her susceptible. Yeah, team viewer. Yeah, no, swag. We're not playing Quiplash. Quiplash attracts primes, and I don't want to deal with that fucking freak. So anyway, the only reason I really wanted to go live was to respond to Callie. So it's because I like to meet this shit head on and just say Hawk has earned every single fucking comment that comes her way. She has singled, doubled, and tripled down on the horrible shit she said to and about other people, on the horrific wishes she has for them and their family members, and then dared people to respond, dared people to come back and say something. Um, and so she doesn't get a pass. She doesn't get a get out of jail free card. She doesn't get to drop the hey, I've turned over a new forest. None of that is valid, and you can't say anything about me anymore. Um, even if she is telling people that that is the case, because she's done this before. She's pulled back from this shit before, and then she always ends up getting, I don't know if she gets bored or mad or what happens, and she comes in and goes twice as hard. Who said Prime's harmless? Daria said Prime's harmless. He's not that harmless though, Daria. He harassed and followed some poor British girl around Discord to Discord to Discord and stream to stream to stream, doing exactly what he fucking does, relentlessly DMing her, making horrific racist comments about her recently deceased boyfriend, and like yeah, no, Prime's not harmless. He's a weird little obsessive psychopath who gets hooked on these people, and then you can't get rid of him. He's like a fucking he's like bed bugs. Prime's the internet version of bed bugs. Yeah, that's the other part. She was when she was talking about someone's underage child being sexually active and said she was going to go film it at school, film it happening at school and put it on the internet. Like this is the kind of shit that Huck says. And then we're all supposed to be like, "No, just walk away. Leave her alone. No one should be going at Huck. She hasn't done nothing to anyone." everyone should be, I mean, if you have a problem with Huck, you should probably just leave YouTube. That ain't happening. It ain't fucking happening. You don't get to run your cocksuck like that about people and their families and their kids and then just declare that they need to forget it because they've changed their mind. That's not what's gonna happen. It's people have deep-seated reasons to hate that bitch, and I will not ever tell them that they have to change that. She's earned every bit of flack she gets from people. Now, should anybody be real lifing her? No. Should anybody be sending the fucking cops to her house 12 times? No. But apparently that's not that bad a thing since she's now buddy with the guy who fucking did it. Truthfinder kept sending the police to her house. She's now best buddies with Truthfinder. So, if she can't even stay consistent who she's warring with this week, you don't get to come tell me that I have to. Yeah, I've already said it. It doesn't bear repeating for a fourth time. Yeah, the real lifing shit is ridiculous. The only time the real lifing stuff is justified is if somebody is actually getting threatening to the point where it's actually believable, and typically that's because somebody else went real life first and you're responding to it. Yeah, Biff, I have all the videos too. I saved all that shit just in case it ever came up. If when she was making threats that she was gonna roll up on my street and come camp outside my house and film me. I'm like, who the fuck says that? I'm gonna audit your house. I'm gonna stand on your sidewalk. I'll film you going in and out of the house. You ain't gonna do shit. What you gonna do? And what? Nothing. Like I saved all that shit. You need to have it just in case she does decide to be crazy like that. You need all that stuff. Go to the cops and go, get this crazy bitch who has threatened me, my wife, and my kids the fuck off of my street, which they will do. She said she's not allowed in certain streams, or Huck's not allowed to go to people's streams. They can go wherever. They just have to deal with the people that don't like them. Yeah. Yeah, she was coming through the woods to Canada so she could shoot Wiki. Yep. Remember? I mean, like all of this stuff. Yeah, I'm sure Mars has the FBI on speed dial at this point. Um yeah, I just like I said, the only reason I wanted to go live was to address what Callie said. Callie, I'm not going to fight with you. There's no point to it. I'm just trying to explain the background to this and why you're definitely barking up the wrong tree if you expect people to just let it go. You don't get to run your mouth for years about other people and their families and their kids with the horrific shit that you've said and then just declare that it's over. That doesn't work. People have memories. And again, while I don't agree with everything Lisa says, Lisa has a right to say whatever she wants. And doesn't mean I agree with it. The fact that people watch doesn't mean I agree with it. Because Callie, you were sitting in Huck's chat last night cheering it the fuck on when Huck was running her mouth. And when Rick was running his mouth, you were sitting in chat just happy as a fucking clam. You were laughing your ass off about the fact that Lisa got porn bombed and was upset about it. You thought that was fucking hilarious. Cryy face the laughing till you cry emojis and everything. So are you now actively supporting porn bombing? Is that the message that you were giving? You know? You mean I saw it pop up in the news feed, the governor's mansion magic? Yeah, I haven't actually read the article yet. I just saw a headline. All right, that's all I had. Thank you to the 92 people that have watched this for 40 minutes. I truly appreciate it. Now, Sugar Crits, I've never mailed anybody ever anything. I have no one's phone number. I've never even made a phone call to anyone. I have had one phone call with one person on this platform, and that was Paulie when he transferred the channel over to me we had to talk on the phone so I could get the 2FA code so that we could transfer the channel. That's it. Never called anybody, never emailed anybody, never direct messaged anybody to start shit with them. I don't do that. It's not my thing. All I do is talk and upset people because I will use logic and they don't understand how that fucking works. And you know, my usual stalkers will be railing in Discord about this, yelling and screaming, responding to everything I fucking say. And what's beautiful is all I will see is ignored message, ignored message, ignored message. It's a wonderful fucking tool that people should really use. Google Block, ignore message. Then you don't see people in chats, you don't see them in Discord, and you don't need to be concerned with whatever they're being insane about today. And with that, I will leave everybody. Hopefully, you have a wonderful rest of your Sunday and a great and beautiful week ahead. Bye.